And the title is Marriage a Requirement for Success? Is marriage a requirement for success?
Ta egbe nu ikemi akunu trade sro babia be sro de en agbomo onyo obunana mebe ya anabe agbeme ajejina oha.
And I said it is debatable because you may have your view based on your society, based on your community, based on your family or your personal self. It is debatable. That is why we want you to just drop your comments on our WhatsApp platform 024 and let's hear from you.
Eya time enya ikemi le enupo chowe gbe kude sro de wenye be ya sro de emo onyo be ne nya de sro kwa emo abuna be agbeme ajejina o nusianu anyona wa eya tami bie mi aha ne mi adenu eme ne mi akomi afe ndodo alumnya ikemi no gbula akodare kapo mo jesi ya ji ka
But
oyo.
first, we want you to know that there is a correlation between marriage and success. It's undeniable and it is a fact. That relationship, that correlation exists between marriage and success.
Eya tanyanya gbanto mi dibe mi anya enye be ya no be sro de kple nyona me alo jejina me a kachachia le wa me ve ya do me sro de kple nyona me alo enu jejiana me a kachachia le wo do me.
But it is also good to know that one can happen without the other. In other words, the marriage can happen without success and success can happen without marriage. I want you to look at that.
Dibe anya ekpedon kebede ya denya pe ya jibe a edeka atajo eye efelia ha matajo amedele a kesnonu asusifa neme desron kra akpobe nu jejine fine amede ha desron gake a akpobe a eno mele nyonyo eyi kele fafia be amede ale a desron gake a eme mata globe o eme nyona yo kaka mede ha le a neme desron ha akpobe la enu mel eleji jene.
So you can marry but still not be successful or not be able to accomplish your goals in life. That is a fact we need to establish as the number one.
Eya tanele mi afen kose bunabe o nenya desron ko no katanyo na ide mi dibene na nya be a ata desron ke bunabe nenya desron ko eno pete jeji eno ka edole mele nene mauta eya ojebene na anya.
And there are a lot of evidence that prove that people who have this mindset that when I marry I'm going to succeed, most of them have been disappointed because you could be frustrated. You may not be able to accomplish your success or your goal just because you got married. And it is only on one part when we talk about it being debatable.
Amegede ole achufe gbe. Eye nu ikenata oho fefe sesede jigboa. Anye bo susube. Ne yonya desron fako. Nu sianu ejejina yowe. Tane hola chope a. Ope jigba like ever kare mona abe a. Ende ko karbe o. Eno ikia. Nuke wen le dora menye sigbo le ela be obe susunye be o. Ne yonya desron kwa o. Eno kata enyo.
And it is always said we've been hearing from childhood that behind every successful man or behind every successful woman there is a man or there is a woman. But behind the fall of many people today is because of marriage. And it is a fact we need to establish if we will look at this as a debatable topic.
Ono nyade globede into the said they can de jejina akpobele o fine lagbe amea obene kpofe megbe akpobe nyonu adele eyi kenya jagba nyonu ade likede fuma le nchope megbe gongon eya na be leji ne alo nyonu de anenya le po ho nya le gbogbo egbelenu eye no jejine de obe nchu ade lefe megbe kake ha megodo nwolo bebe a esro de ya ke na be amogbe a otwan.
And another aspect to look at is that there are people also who have married and I can tell you they are able to succeed. All their dreams have come to pass and they are very happy, successful because they got married. And that is another part to look at.
Ya glona mi fifi la ibere amede le fen ko sebe sofo nemenye sron yikai dore akai pe tarojinu de ke ma va menayo ga ke sro ikeda enu jejinai enu dukole nyonyo enu dukole nyonyo amodo to ha eleti gbebe a esro de ka onya deko dokona bede akadio sinene akadio dokole gegero pa gbeme ofe dodo yo kata uta dara ya dokwabe o si light le home kwa sigbe ko stronde de va wona lo pa agbeme nyema.
And I pray for you that if the contrary is your case, as I mentioned the first earlier, there is divine intervention for you, because the word of God doesn't just come, it comes to redeem, it comes to give you a way out.
Eya tanele mi afenko se eyike inye igboloba ibea amodo desron eyofe ayin jefe gbe eya inye sron de a ibede ya agbona be maufe nya vabede ya na hoho amede eya tanenye be wo fe nya inye ma amenu fefe yike genade sron fe genada mefa gbemebe otona mefa gbontinya nakao.
And the third aspect of the debate is that you could remain single and still achieve and accomplish your goal. There are many people who have accomplished a whole lot in life, being successful, and yet they are not married.
Ne elenkure amedekade kado kemi ami dejesibe a esromele siolo ne ele igbo kake so gake ne elenkuro pa gbewa esromele so gake no jejina fine wa pobe ya otodo dofe do le menuto ike mole a dofe le osi ike fiabe o me desron gake a emenyona o.
And this could tell us that marriage as a requirement for success is actually what I call a misconception.
Eya ike nu yo kata me mi jro tongwa kakadeji le ike be agblo na mi akata mi asenye be a ne o ganye de tugbide alo de kakpede ko de ta hlenje ele susu be a esroko ya de afenu ajechina ide le nyatefe me amele tefe sigbo.
So it's a misconception, it's a false belief, it's a delusion, and you have to look at that critically as an individual, even as a family, when we are helping people to make their decision. It's very, very important, because it's a delusion, it's a misconception, and it's a fallacy.
Eyata enya gbogbolo made blezi onye no ka konya made tamebe o esnoko ya de afenu anyo nai esnoko ya de fe a efugege pe ile nya kponchure nya kponyo de ko a eme anyo nai de ao na mesigbe ore obe ji ava gba lefike yina obe susune nai be no me desron alo desron hade agbeme tu jiejina amesron de ma no me.
So you don't necessarily, and the emphasis is necessarily, you don't necessarily have to get married before you succeed. So marriage is not necessarily a requirement for your success in life or as an individual.
Eya takpedo jinya enye bea menye be koko adesron kon hafie me anyo na o ao no me desron edesron ne mebe anyo na wa I me anyo na o.
You know, the reason we emphasize this is because when you watch our society, when you watch our families, you see fine, beautiful girls. Sometimes they are schooled, some are not even educated, some are educated, some are even rich. But they are going through serious depression because they hold this misconception that marriage is a requirement for success. So to them, just no matter what, just as because they are not married, they are not successful. And they are going through depression, and it is hurting, and it is hurting.
Ne pomi afenu to mea let ko ike milea amede kole mi afen ko se enu menyo ne fine gake sron de kai ike menya de otai ne po e wa sende gbeleun ano tame wo ano fufura ban be ako gale si gake sron mele si o me de blibo me menyo no tai blibo nyenye kimi ko dibe amone po ita nyonu fine ke magano le pele ne de ko alo wa aja lo gbe ano si la me fenu mo ela bea nu to me